Hey everyone, Bill here. One of my favorite parts of the job is talking to customers and hearing how GitLab supports their mission and the impact we have on their team and business. I've decided I'd like to share some of these stories with the rest of the GitLab community from time to time to inspire us and the rest of the world regarding the important work that we do together. One of the topics in the industry that a lot of people are talking about right now is the reliability of Git-based platforms. It's clear that agents are straining the limits of what prior capacity models anticipated, and every vendor in this space, including GitLab, has been struggling to keep up. Now, one unique advantage of GitLab is our cloud neutral model, where customers can choose between our multi tenant cloud, a self managed deployment on their cloud of choice, or our single tenant dedicated cloud, where we manage the SaaS service with completely isolated infrastructure. Given the conversations at large, I invited Eric Hulser at RV Tech, one of the largest GitLab dedicated customers in the world, to talk about our partnership. Now, fun fact, we've scaled their GitLab instances to hundreds of virtual CPUs and many terabytes of memory to support their impressive innovation, velocity, and scale. Eric, welcome. So excited to have you share a little bit with the GitLab community and others who are interested a little bit about our partnership.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for the invite.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what your team does there at RV Tech?
So I'm the senior director of connected services and infrastructure for RV Tech. What RV Tech does as a company is develop software and firmware for both Rivian and Volkswagen Group, but building out the software factory that we will use to build and manage multiple different vehicle platforms and programs at scale.
From what I've seen, automotive companies are becoming just as much a software platform as they are a manufacturing company. And my team was telling me that you run, actually, well, we run on your behalf, one of the largest Gitaly deployments in the world. And in fact, you have sustained flows of thousands of jobs per second, multi thousands of requests per second to the GitLab front end. You must be writing a lot of code and doing
Yeah.
a lot of innovation over there. Can you tell us a little bit about why that is and how GitLab Dedicated supports you in that process?
The movement toward the SDV, the software defined vehicle, and the AI defined vehicle is really changing a lot of the automotive industry, how they think about their building cars, and really what is the important aspect of a vehicle, right? So if you move more logic into electronics and simplify the electronic architecture, really the value proposition becomes software. With GitLab Dedicated, one of the great things is we can leverage a lot of this technology that we've used elsewhere to really push forward this at a scale that we haven't done before with that partnership with Rivian and Volkswagen, and where we're creating just a ton of traffic, and where it's been great to partner with you guys and make sure the platform supports us is making sure that every piece of code that ever gets into a car is highly tested. So a lot of these pipelines are running through our validation software, our integrated tests for both hardware and software in the loop testing. And since that's not our core business, being able to partner with you guys and trust you guys to work with us on that allows us to continue to drive value to the end customers. And that's really ultimately our goal.
Yeah, until you said that, I hadn't really thought about it. But, we support customers across all different industry verticals. But for RV tech, you're talking about software that powers vehicles with, people with families on the road. So the validation of that software and ensuring it's safe and high quality is not just mission critical to your business, but, critical for your customers' safety and well-being as well.
Yeah, and that's always at the forefront of our mind. We need to ensure at all times that what we're doing is reliable, safe, high quality, and being able to leverage and trust in that core infrastructure to be able to help us validate all of that is really a key component to our business.
Yeah, I mean, the stakes for every engineering team are high, but in particular for RV tech, I can imagine, given the scale and speed that you're going and the need for, trust and reliability. Um, I'm sure if GitLab were to go down, it would have a pretty big impact on your team. Can you describe that for listeners? What kind of impact would that have?
The major deliverable that we have as RV Tech is code, and um, is the builds that we have to provide out to the vehicles. And so any major outage, any minor outage can really impact the whole company. We have thousands of engineers. We have thousands of jobs running every second, and if that goes down, it can lose days of work.
Can you tell us maybe just to close out a little bit about what's on the horizon for your team? What are you most excited about in terms of the work you're doing and the partnership here at GitLab?
Yeah, I mean, I think just looking forward, it's the opportunity to really take this and scale it into the automotive industry at a level that hasn't really been done before, and bringing that software defined vehicle to becoming really the norm across as many vehicle platforms as we can. I think that it's a really unique opportunity and a unique space that we're in. And so it's just super exciting to be able to take technology that we use within Silicon Valley for other purposes, but then apply it to this industry in a new way.
Eric, thank you so much for the partnership and for being on the show today and sharing with the rest of the GitLab community all the work we're doing together.
Thanks again for the invite. This has been a lot of fun. Very much appreciate the collaboration and the partnership.